everyone, it's Matt, and in this video, we are going to be talking about long distance relationships. Okay, not only is life a struggle when you are suffering from retroactive jealousy, but what happens when you don't even get a chance to see your partner on a daily basis and you are in a long distance relationship. Now, there are both some similarities and a few differences between some of the things I'll recommend. But to be honest with you, the distance situation can absolutely be a good thing as long as you know how to use it to your advantage. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. Now, I personally have not been a part of any long distance relationships, although I've had little situations where like me and my wife have been apart for a couple months, but nothing much longer than that. So I'll share with you some stuff that I personally do and also what has helped some of the people I've worked with one-on-one over the last year, what works for them as well. So before we get started, if you could take a quick moment and go ahead and destroy that like button below, that'll activate YouTube's algorithm and help get this video out to more people that really need to see it. And also one more thing, today is the final day. I have my courses and coaching program on my New Year discount. After today, they will still be discounted, but just not as affordable as they are right now. So if you are considering taking advantage of any of that, all the links are in the description below, so you can check all that out. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Now, as I stated before, I understand that long distance relationships can be very difficult, right? Not having the person you love right there with you to hold and be a comfort to you on a daily basis isn't easy, okay? Isn't easy by any means. And that only gets worse while you're suffering from these intrusive thoughts about their past. It only adds fuel to the fire, and in the end can create a lot of feelings of insecurity. However, when it comes to these retroactive jealousy thoughts, you should treat them exactly as you would in any situation. You should treat them as if there is no long distance relationship going on, okay? In other words, don't give in to them. Okay, don't explore them. Don't do these compulsive behaviors like we talk about in the other videos. Practice mindfulness. Let these thoughts come and let them go. Okay, again, watch some of my other videos. I'll link some above here. Watch the videos on triggers. Watch the videos on observing your thoughts and adopt these strategies in order to fight against these thoughts in this initial stage. Also, don't let the idea of distance make you feel like it's causing your retroactive jealousy, okay? This might be hard for you to hear, but you would have retroactive jealousy if you were a long-distance relationship or not. Like, if you were in a long-distance relationship or not, you'd have it anyway. Remember, nothing on the outside can change or fix your retroactive jealousy. It is 100% an internal game. And one thing that I notice with people I work with one-on-one who are in these long-distance relationship situations is to watch out for things like social media. Okay, that's a big one. Since you and your partner are not physically close, it makes it much more easier to go on social media and look at pictures of them and probably start looking at photos of their exes and things like that. And before you know it, you know, you're probably right in the middle of a nice long stalking session, okay? But that's the type of stuff you need to stay away from because remember, that's all one big compulsive behavior. It will only offer temporary relief, and then before you know it, you're feeling much worse than you ever were before. So when it comes to social media and things like that, you got to be very cautious. And I know it's tempting because, again, the distance thing, but be very cautious. If you have photos of them maybe just on your phone, personal ones for you that you can look at, that's much better than constantly being on social media, constantly trying to stalk their page, you know, in a compulsive behavior type atmosphere to figure out what are they doing, who are they seeing, what's going on, let me see their exes while I'm at it. It's very important that you don't do that right now, especially when you got retroactive jealousy going on in your life. So one of the things you're going to want to focus on also is when it's time for you to talk in this distance portion of your relationship, because I'm assuming it's not easy to talk, right? Obviously not physically easy to talk, but you know, there might be a time zone difference, there might be a lot of things. So when it's time to talk, when you get your one phone call a day or your couple text conversations a day, whatever it is, make sure you talk about you guys. Make sure you use the time to talk about your relationship or the things you did that day, building yourself up, okay, gaining the trust and confidence in you too. You know, don't use this time to talk about the past. Don't use this time to ask them questions. Don't use this time for compulsive behaviors to pick and pry and wonder and, try to get to the bottom of the situation. That's not what this minimal time is used for. Again, you don't got a lot of time with distance. I understand that. I get that. So you have to use it to your advantage. And use it to your advantage means not feeding this retroactive jealousy dragon, okay? Not using the time you talk to get into an argument about the past. Feeling that emotion, which you probably want to ask questions about the past, I understand that, but embracing it, taking a breath, feeling it, and then continue to talk about other things in your life that's going to build up your relationship, okay? Build up that relationship to where you want it to be, whatever that may be. But I guarantee you it's not about the past. It's not about how many people did you sleep with. It's not about who, do you have any ex-boyfriends that are living close? It's none of that stuff, because none of that stuff really is going to matter in the end. It's only going to act as temporary relief of compulsive behavior, and then you're going to put your relationship probably in shambles, and it's going to be much worse off to apologize for things when you got so much distance between you. It's not like you're there to physically hug them or kiss them and apologize. You're going to have to do most of your apologizing via phone call or text messages, and it's not very effective. So it's important that when you have this time to communicate, to make sure it's not about the past, to make sure it's not to indulge in these compulsive behaviors. You can't do that right now. You cannot do that. You got to work on you. You got to look at your relationship. How can I make this relationship amazing? And you got to look at yourself and say, how can I make myself amazing? By just putting your focus on those things, the retroactive jealousy will dwindle away. With that being said, now, distance relationships can be used to your advantage. In fact, you have a greater advantage than those who are suffering from retroactive jealousy but are not in a long distance relationship. And that's simply because you got a lot of time for you, okay? Instead of using this time to miss your partner or, again, worry about their sexual past, use this time for you, okay? Get busy and focus on you. Become the best you, okay? You have the time to do it. And really what all this means is stuff that we've talked about before, is becoming the best version of yourself. When you become the best version of yourself, when you tackle all the insecurities in yourself, all the things that you aren't happy with yourself, when you face those head on and tackle them and take them down, that's huge in overcoming retroactive jealousy. That's huge. And a lot of people have trouble doing this because they're balancing their relationship and their retroactive jealousy and seeing their partner on a regular basis with trying to improve themselves. But with a distance relationship, you don't really have that one-on-one physical time with them. So that leaves much more time for you to work on yourself. And you can make it so when this distance thing ends, when this long distance ends and you two are united again, your partner literally gets the best version of you possible. Okay? Not only will this, working on yourself, becoming more confident, becoming more secure, again, whether that's like losing weight or going to the gym or, building a business, learning a new language, whatever these things are, not only will this distract you from the retroactive jealousy because you're so busy, right? But it's going to help you cure retroactive jealousy because, like we talked about, all in all, you're going to become a much more confident person. This is your time to complete yourself, right? A relationship shouldn't ever be the thing that completes you. That other person, your partner, shouldn't be the thing that completes you. There's nothing on the outside. You can't get anything from the outside that you can't give yourself already. Okay, you find that completeness within yourself, and then you can share that completeness with your partner. So this is your opportunity to become as complete as you possibly can. Find that self-love, find that self-confidence, find that security, find who that really truly is and bring that person out. Channel the best version possible over this distance period. This time you have to yourself, channel that, bring them forward, bring them out. And then when your partner finally sees you again, when that distance thing is over, you know you now are complete. You can now share that completeness with your partner, and which is, again, not only smashing retroactive jealousy, but creating the greatest relationship you can possibly imagine between you and your partner. So that kind of wraps up this video, guys. Just a few little things that I think will be very effective putting forward if you're someone who's in a distance relationship and also suffering from retroactive jealousy. Mainly the stuff is just taking this time and using it to your advantage. Instead of looking this as a bad thing that, oh, my partner's so far away from me, I wish things were different, use it to your advantage. Say, I have this time, so I'm going to use it to become the best version of myself possible. Not exploring these thoughts, not doing these compulsive behaviors, and just working on me. Discovering that self-love, that self-confidence, tackling those insecurities, and really completing yourself to the best of your ability in this time. And again, not only is that going to keep your mind off retroactive jealousy, because you'll be busy focusing on you and your relationship and these other things, but it's also going to be the ultimate killer against retroactive jealousy. So when it's time for you two to reunite, when this distance thing ends, whenever it does, you are ready and prepared for the best relationship and the best life possible. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a very beautiful thing. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you could take a quick moment and go ahead and smash the like button. Also, make sure you are subscribed to the channel for more retroactive jealousy content. And also, again, I'm on my final days. Go ahead and check the links in the description below to get the discounts on my retroactive jealousy 7-day course or my coaching program. They are both available down there. There's more information for you to check out. So once again, appreciate you joining me today, and we'll see you in the next video.